y'all. Welcome back to another episode of Colorful Convo. What's going on, my lovely panelists?
Hey.
Hey, Aunt
What's up?
Nisi. Hey, everybody coming in to join us. Welcome. I
Hey,
hope,
Aunt Nisi.
yes. I hope you guys are having a great week so far. So let's do our roll call check-ins. CJ, how's your week been?
Oh my gosh, it is so amazing because this Saturday is my grandson's baby shower, and I'm so excited. So I've been smiling all week.
Yes, the reason for why you are gossiping grandma.
Yes, the reason why I am a gossiping grandma.
Yes.
Yeah,
Congratulations. Can't wait to be there in
thank you.
spirit and FaceTime.
Okay, because you already know.
Yes. Hey, sister. Hey, I want to send a special shout out to my sister Leia for graduation. Everybody say
Okay.
a whoop whoop for graduation.
Woo woo.
Yes, I want to send a shout out to her. Much love to you, sis. I'm so proud of you for accomplishing different goals and milestones in life, honey. And we got business to talk. Business. So, Polo, how has your week been?
We've been good. Can't complain at all. Everything's lovely.
Leave it to Polo to be in the circus every Thursday.
You know, I'm on the field, Mom. I'm on the field.
So today we just gonna have a wild card Wednesday. What? Wow, I said Thursday. Look at me. I don't even know what the damn day is. Wild card Wednesday. We're not gonna have a topic because for the last 2 weeks we've been kind of hitting y'all heavy with excuse me, uh a sneeze. We've been hitting y'all with heavy topics. So today we kind of just want to let our hair down. Y'all never get to see us with our hair down because we only let our hair down on uncut. So today we're just going to kind of talk about what's going on out here in the world and talk to you guys, our viewers, because we really appreciate you guys coming to rock out with us every Wednesday. And we just want to kind of have an easy Wednesday today. It's hump day. Let's talk about something easy. Speaking of hump day, the first thing I want to talk about is, did y'all hear that
Oh
Blueface
no.
Mama blamed Chris Brown for his actions?
What you mean?
So basically, um, what's her name? Chloe Bailey, the one that's about to be the Little Mermaid.
Mhm.
Um, she is said to do a song with Chris Brown. And so everybody was like on Twitter going crazy, IG, like, so you're just gonna commit career suicide and do a song with Chris Brown. But it's like, how long ago was that? Like, how long is he gonna have to suffer? You know what I mean? He was 18 years
But,
old.
but man, can't never live that down, okay?
And let's not forget that. Now, let me preface it because we know how people are in the social media space. It is never okay for a man to put his hands on a woman. However, flip side, it's never okay for a woman to put her hands on a man. We know that in that instance, Rihanna was the aggressor. So, I mean, they were in a two-door car. What is he supposed to do? And how long is he supposed to pay the price? I mean, come on now. Y'all basically exile him for how many years at this point? He still can sing, he still can dance. Um, how long? Like how long? So he basically told everybody to get off of his downstairs member. And Blueface mother chimed in and said, my son, no, I'm going too fast. Chris Brown basically said, Y'all still holding this against me, and this happened when I was 18 years old. Yet y'all rock out to Krishan and Blueface, who put their hands on each other almost daily on social media. And Blueface's mother chimed in and said, Blueface wanted to be Chris Brown when he was little, so it's your fault that he's doing this today. What? Where that makes sense at?
So the mom,
Simply retarded.
so the mom is holding. So Chris Brown raised Blueface. Is that what she's saying?
It seemed like that what she's trying to say to me.
So the real question is, what the fuck? Freak.
Where
the
were
freak?
you? If Chris Brown was raising Blueface, where were you?
Right.
Exactly. And are you not the same mother that fought Krishan as well?
That's crazy.
And then even when they had the little intervention on the Crazy in Love show that Blueface and Krishan is on, he said, like, I know how my mom get down. She a gangster. So why are we trying to then put the blame on Chris Brown? Because regardless of the music that's out, regardless of the TV shows that's out, regardless of the video games that's out, we're still responsible for being a parent to our children. So
exactly, and that's one other thing that we have to do: stop putting our entertainers to raise our children.
We can't really hear what you're saying. Your background is loud.
What she say? She said that's B. What she was saying? That's B. She's slow. Oh,
that's BS.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. You know, I am slow. I was in the class with the padded walls, and I'm not ashamed from where I came from.
What I was saying is that's another thing that we have to stop doing is letting our celebrities raise our kids. You know, we have to be parents. We have to be parents, and we can't sit there and put the blame. You know, because then why would you not censor your children on what they listen to? So and what they see it before them. So we have to stop passing that blame. That she was wrong for that.
For sure. And even with the stuff that they see, like, because let's just be real, as parents, now we know when we was kids, even if you had grade A parents, we still found a way to sneak and see whatever, sneak and do whatever. But at the end of the day, when you came back home, you know that wasn't about to fly. So, like, there's no wiggle room. You have to be a parent to your child. Like, how you blaming Chris Brown for one instance that happened in his life umpteen years ago? How?
Yeah, y'all know I got this Android 100. How old is Blueface? How old is this child?
I want to say he like 23, but let me double check. I'm about to look it up. But he young.
So, throughout Blueface's whole career, has he ever said anything about Chris Brown being the reason why he became an artist? I mean, let's go back and dig. Has he ever paid homage to Chris Brown on any of his albums? Did anybody even know he knew about R&B? Like, come on, guys.
26.
Who 26?
Blueface.
Girl, I'm about to.
So was he even around when Chris Brown was hot? How old was he when Chris Brown was hot?
He wasn't. He wasn't, honey. He wasn't. And I hope nobody. That means his mama younger than me.
Hold on, let me see. I'm about to look that up next. How old is?
Well, hold on. We gotta. Why are we still talking about? Allah. Why are we still talking about Chris
She was
Brown?
born in
The stuff he did.
1972.
They won't let that man.
Who?
They won't.
She
They
was
won't
born
let that man live for nothing.
Yeah, it says she was born in 1972. She said, no, he has not. I ain't never heard him mention Chris Brown.
See,
Ever.
that's
No,
my
man.
that's
But
the whole
but
thing.
but our society has we become the Jerry Springer life, and we allow that, and we get rocks off of seeing other people tormented, couples and all.
But then if that is the case, why we keep going back in the Rolodex? Like Chris
But
Brown
that's
is not that person today. Blueface
nah,
is that
nah,
person today. So leave
right, right,
Blueface where he at and let Chris Brown do what he doing.
right. I mean, that man, that man keep getting persecuted over that, man. Keep getting persecuted. He done did his time and got blackballed. He done did
That's
everything.
what I
Still had
said.
a career, and he still got to hear about this.
And the
And
kids
he got
today don't even know what happened back then.
right, and he got kids, and people ain't respect it. He got kids now, and they still trying to blame that man. And you can't make a mistake and get over his life for nothing. They ain't saying nothing about Rihanna. You know what I'm saying? They let her go on about her life.
Right. And she was the aggressor. Now,
Right. That's what I said. That was my whole point. They let her go on about her life.
Yep. But
y'all
who is over Rihanna though? Who is she signed to?
know, hello.
See,
And that's
if we gonna talk now, let's talk saucy. Who is she signed to? So of course he ain't gonna let nothing touch her umbrella. Ella, hey.
I mean, but you know what? I'm a true J fan, but at the end of the day, sucker shit is sucker shit.
Yep.
hey, language now.
He
We're
got
I'm sorry.
99 problems.
we're on regular
I'm sorry.
programming right now. We have not made it
I'm
to
sorry.
uncut yet.
He
I'm
got
sorry. I'm
he
sorry.
hey Jay-Z said he got 99 problems and Chris Brown ain't one.
I mean, but at the end of the day, I understand it, man. That boy was 18 years old. Man, that man is a grown
Yeah.
man, got kids. He didn't
Yeah.
turn his whole life around. Ain't had another incident like that or nothing. And his name is always the first one being brought up. That's man. We as society gotta do better than that, man.
It's crazy. And then not only did they bring it up, but when he told them to like, get off my, I'm saying, they like, see, that's what we're talking about. So you basically gaslit him into a argument,
Right.
and he's not doing
Right.
anything defending himself. He wasn't thinking about y'all. Y'all brought him up. He then
But
responded, and it's still a problem. Like people crazy.
no, but we
People
also gotta
people are
understand.
crazy.
You also gotta understand the motive behind that. You know, Blueface and them got to keep their name in the limelight, so they always gotta have some kind of drama going on.
It's already
Or
there.
they,
Leave Chris Brown alone because you don't want it.
yeah, you're right. You're right. You're absolutely right.
Run it. He is going to, you know what I'm
Y'all
saying?
crazy. They better leave Chris Brown alone because let me tell you, honey, he is fine to me. Okay. He fine. And they better leave him alone. That's all I'm gonna say. Leave him alone.
They don't even still talk about Suge Knight and uh Dr. Dre, and they was really out here beating women up.
They
Let's
was.
let's make even Dr. Dre when he did K Michelle, they ain't say nothing about his career and
I
ended his
thought
career
Dr.
and had
Dre had it was K Michelle or was it
not K
Miss
not
Chalet?
K
It was Miss
Come
Chalet.
Miss
on,
Chalet.
baby.
That's
Show your age. Don't do the
yeah.
80s like that. It was Miss Chalet. He
But,
was it was
well,
something in
I,
his
I'm,
hand.
Got beat up by both
don't
of
forget
them.
I'm older than you. I forgot.
Dre and
I got
Suge.
a name mixed up.
She got
You
beat up
oh
by both.
don't do me. What?
She got beat up by both of them.
Who?
Miss Chalet,
Got beat up by who?
Suge, and Dr. Dre. She was in
Yeah,
a
yeah.
relationship
She
with
got
both of them.
Suge beat up her too.
She was in a relationship with
yeah.
both of them.
I think she got babies by both of them, don't
Yeah,
she?
I think so.
Yeah, she got babies by both of them.
And they
Oh,
live
Suge
But
Knight crazy.
but
but he
they
lived
ain't persecute.
a life,
They
and
ain't persecute neither one of them for that.
they ain't saying that if anybody should be tagged to Blueface mess, it should be Whack No Honey.
Who?
Whack
His
No Honey.
manager.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't even know. I'm like, what? So he related to my Android 100.
I guess so. If you feel that they're whack.
Yeah. Because after I looked at a little bit of it's something about watching adult entertainment on your phone. It mess it up. It give it a virus.
Oh,
I said it
what do you
colorful,
call
didn't
that?
I?
You
Hmm?
did. What they call those? What they
Adult
call
shows.
no the viruses? How you say
Um, they got phone STDs. Hey,
data
Madam Oracle.
DTDs, data transmitted
DTDs.
diseases.
Data transmitted viruses, baby.
So we just having a wild card Wednesday, and we started off talking about how they're trying to blame Chris Brown for Blueface in his life. It's still not making any sense to me.
Retarded. It's just
What
placing
else?
the blame.
What else is going on out here in these streets, y'all?
Talk about all these
Um,
murders going on.
Well, we got to say unalive.
On a lot of things is going on in Ohio, preferably in Cincinnati, where I'm from.
let's talk about what's going on. Is that where the water got contaminated? Because let me tell you something. The water
No,
contaminated. Did you know that?
That's
yeah,
Mississippi.
that mess.
No,
No, no, no. That's
somebody
Ohio.
called me. That's Ohio, baby. Somebody called me this morning. Like, are you okay,
It's
CJ? And I said, what? And I twisted my
it's
wig and I said, what do you mean?
it's in the rural of Ohio, so like Pikesville and stuff like that. But it still affects the
Oh,
Ohio Ohio's river. So yeah,
yeah.
Well, it must be traveling upward because I want to say in the summer I actually did shows on, the water was totally contaminated in Mississippi. Like they couldn't
mm.
even take baths or wash their hair and stuff with the water that was coming through their home. So this is news to me.
No, what happened
Hmm.
was a chemical plant or something like that exploded and
It
some
was
That
a
happened
train.
in
toxins
North
got in the
Carolina
water.
though, right?
It was a train. It
No,
was a train. It was a train that derailed that had
But then it's
harmful
happening
chemicals.
everywhere because that just literally happened in North Carolina as well. A chemical
I
plant
want you to
that set on
understand.
fire.
I want you to understand what's going on.
Wow.
Wake up.
And then I just
Wake
saw
up,
a clip.
everybody.
I just saw a clip where I don't want to miss say the place, but you can easily find it. There's thousands and thousands of fish dead from their migration because they closed up their migration path. Like they made it a dam or something. So you know how they jump to the next body of water in their migration? It's a dam now, so they're dead. Thousands and thousands of fish just dead. So this is something like wow. And then that's actually funny because when we spoke, what was it like 2 weeks ago, Polo, you brought up, and so did you, CJ, about the chemtrails because we was talking about how people need to start planting their own food and stuff like that. And you was like, they can't because they done contaminated the soil. So
Yeah.
not only have they been doing the chemtrails for years, now y'all saying chemical plants on fire? And what?
It was actually a train that derailed.
No, that's a separate situation. You telling me about a train, and I'm telling you in North Carolina, a
Oh, okay.
chemical plant was on fire.
Wow. Yeah. Okay. I
Yeah.
didn't hear about that one.
So you think that the train derailing was an accident?
Hey, what's going on?
There wasn't no accident. All these things that are happening, they making people think it's accidental, but they gonna do what they gonna do. It's too many of us on the earth. We running out of food. Period. Oh,
Oh
look
yeah,
at her.
I don't know about
That
that.
that remind me. Okay. All right now.
I don't know about running out of food.
Okay. Well, you know what? You're right because things that you think is chicken probably ain't, baby. So you're probably right. But we've been that. That's why they're growing food in labs, honey. You're not hip, or you believe everything you purchase in a grocery store.
First of all, first
And
of
I'm being
all,
serious too. I ain't even being
first of
funny. I'm
all,
for real.
first of all, I don't even eat meat, so
I
I'm
ain't
not the
talking
person.
about the meat. I ain't talking about the meat either, Polo. I'm talking about the vegetables. You don't know that they growing stuff in the labs, baby.
Yeah, yeah, of course they've been doing that for years. But what I'm saying is, it's
Okay.
not a shortage. It's not a shortage of food though. It's not
But
like
when
we
I with a
like
shortage of
like.
real food.
Okay.
Now, I mean, in my
So,
opinion, that's just my opinion. That's what make it
what's
colorful.
your opinion? Tell me.
In my
All right,
opinion,
guys.
I feel like we have ran out of food, and they have, or they predict, based off of the people that's on the earth, all this other stuff. So, I would say real food. We've run out of real food, and we're eating things that we think are food. And it's
Yeah,
probably been going on for over a decade.
I believe it.
Oh yeah, me too.
I can only
But
assume who the
what do
and
I know?
I know there has been a war waged against humanity. Oh, that
Yes, it
war
have.
went on for eons at this
Yeah,
point.
yeah. You're right, Madam
And,
Oracle.
like, and it's crazy because it was like we were adamant, like, let's come up with some solutions. What are the solutions? Grow your food. And then I find out that the ground is effed up. Like,
Hey,
damn.
shout out to Oracle because I love the way she tuned in and always is collaborating with us. I
Yes,
appreciate that,
that's
Oracle.
my sister.
Yes,
Y'all
Shout
better
out to
yes.
her.
go over there and
Shout out to
subscribe.
her. Yeah,
I
shout out
Subscribe.
to
need
her.
to.
If you're in the
Yes.
comments, tap on Madam Oracle name. It will say go to channel. You will not leave this broadcast. Hit subscribe. My sister really be on her ish. She be on her ish. Okay.
Thank you, girl. This is one of my favorite hairs. I just put it on right before the show. Just for y'all.
But yeah, this is crazy.
That is crazy.
I'm on a
So,
7-day fast, so I can't go live or share this live this time. It's okay, sister, but they can still hit subscribe over there. It's okay. Free you. Free madam.
Free madam. Go
free
support her. Go
madam.
support her.
Okay, girl, with the swoosh. Taking it back to the 80s.
But that is really crazy though. Like, I need to look into that and see what else going on because I knew nothing. We all knew nothing about the catastrophes that we just listed, and we just listed 3 catastrophes that just happened.
Yeah, seriously. So, I'm just kind of nervous now. I feel like some of the things that I buy and eat, I'm gonna grow extra fingers and stuff.
Listen,
I just feel like that.
it's like what's safe? You can't eat the microwave food. You can't eat the frozen food. You can't eat the
You gotta go
grown
to
food.
you gotta
The
go to your
organic
supplement,
food really
your
ain't
fruit.
organic.
You gotta go to use your supplements, your fruits, your vegetables. You gotta hold on to them.
But them is tainted too.
I mean, if you know like your natural herbs and stuff like that, then, I mean, I think that you'll be straight. I don't think it is
So,
in the medicine. I think it's between the herbs and the natural things that you put in your body.
But you told us that the ground was tainted.
No, but they have natural. I mean, they don't everything don't come from here. Everything is not produced in the USA, and those things, those roots and those herbs are all over.
So
So,
when are we moving, guys?
Like sea moss, like sea moss. Sea moss is a great supplement for anybody to
yeah,
use. It has all the
yeah,
minerals that you need in your body. So there's
yeah,
different things that
yeah.
you can do to offset what you would like your diet.
That's true.
The fourth
So,
member will be meeting
so
me
what do you do? What's a typical day in Polo's world on the menu side? So maybe you could enlighten me and help me out. I'm tired of eating Roman noodles.
Me personally, I only eat fish and salmon. So I
Mm,
mean fish. So that's all I eat. So that and
So you be
vegetables.
making sure that you eating real salmon because you know it's a lot of fake salmon out here.
Yeah, it is. It is, and you have to watch for. You definitely have to watch for you. Like I go to Whole Food stores. I don't try. I try not to shop for like your Kroger's and your Walmart. If I have to, I have to. But other than that, I'll try to go to like Whole Food stores and stuff like that to get my stuff. Try to be as clean as possible, so I don't have to suffer later.
Mark will be meeting me over on Uncut, guys. You know, to my, you guys see it as my right, but it's my, I don't know. Next to me is a superstar. She has a show tonight. And so we have to send our love and good vibes, positive vibes, so that she kills her show. And
thank you.
below me, Polo is a busy man as well. So Mark will be meeting me over on Uncut in about 30 minutes, and we really going to break down some things and have a great conversation over there. So make sure you guys send out your love to CJ and say, have a great show, CJ.
Oh, thank y'all. I'll be nervous every time too. Every time.
Get it, ma. You got this.
Thank you. I just,
Business as usual.
you know it. You know it. So, So would you date? Let me ask a question then, since we did talk about the Chris Brown situation. Would either one of you, so naturally, I mean, for you, it will be a man, and naturally for you, Polo will be a woman. Because, I like fruit baskets, so I didn't want y'all to imply I was putting my stuff on y'all. Would you date someone that is a well known physical abuser, and why or why not? Since we're talking about giving people chances, I'm just kind of, shaking things up a bit.
Yeah, I would. I
I think
would.
I would too.
I think different people bring out different things in, and I think that if you know certain situations and you set boundaries and you let stuff be clear, I think a lot of stuff will be avoided. So
Because
I
I'm
would.
saying, because with Chris Brown, that's something to think about. Women still wanted to be with him even after the situation, whether it was provoked or unprovoked. That's
Exactly.
why I asked the question.
And
Yeah.
I feel like people can grow because in the normal world, you wouldn't know unless you like ask specifically, like, did you used to beat your ex? You know what I mean? So like you wouldn't really know, but people can go through things and grow. I think the problem with people is everybody wants to hold you to your old self, but they don't want to be held to their old self. Like if you can grow, why can't the next person grow?
I
Like
It's the whole point.
absolutely agree.
It's the whole point of reform. We
Yeah.
can't we can't grow from we can't grow. If we make a mistake and you can't grow from it, then I mean, what's your chances out here ever? What I mean, like if you're gonna hold me hostage for this for the rest of my life because I made a mistake at 18 years old, and now
Right.
I'm here at 37, 40, almost 40 years old. I don't know how old he is, but if I'm at that age, then how are you gonna hold me to that at 18? I'm a totally different person. I'm totally different. Got my whole different mindset.
Exactly. And he has a daughter. So you think people don't realize that he's thought about certain things? Like, I mean, look, I have a son. And I told my son, you don't never put your hands on a female. But at the same token, don't let a female kill you either.
And he apologized for it umpteenth times back then. He apologized. He cried. He apologized. He cried again. He apologized some more. Like,
Yeah.
he can't go
Yeah.
back in time, y'all. We've
Right.
all been in instances where we've done something that we regret, whether it be we caused it or our reaction is something we regret. Like, get over it.
Well, another thing too, like I said, if it was just him, he has children out here, and you know, if his children had to still have to hear about something he did at 18, and he's a wholly different person, and teaching his children a whole different thing, then how are we still going to, that's not even fair for his kids or his family or nobody. Even for the victim, it's not fair for them to make them relive that every time because every time you keep bringing that up. So it's not fair for her either. So we just keep bringing some situation up that has been over with, and that's all we got to say now, and that's all the ammunition we have, and which is weak.
And like I said, we're not saying that the situation was right. The situation was wrong on both sides. A man should not put his hands on a woman. A woman should not put her hands on a man. However, he apologized for it over and over and over. And on top of that, she publicly forgave him and moved on with her life. Why is society still holding on to something that the people in the situation have grown past? Like, I could see you know, if she was still out here and upset, like, you better not come around me singing uh whatever his latest song is called. Don't sing that to me. Like, she don't care. She done moved on. She got a child, got another one on the way. She happy, she in love. Same for him. He is doing his thing, has children. Like, it was crazy to me for a blue-faced mama to say, "You the reason."
First off, if people want to blame, if we just got to do that and we want to blame anyone,
They
we need
trash
to
anyway.
blame Ike Turner. That's who you blame.
God,
If
dog.
we just want to be out here, cause we know he told Tina up, honey, A through Z. You see how silly that sound? And that's how silly Blueface mother sound. And I know this is being recorded.
Well, I'm gonna just have to say that I don't mess with Lawrence Fishburne.
Ooh, I loved him in Menace to Society, baby. Ooh, I loved him in Menace to Society. He was
He was
fine,
nice,
honey.
and I
He was
get,
moving them balls in his hand like
well, that escalated quickly.
it did.
No, I'm just joking. But I did feel that way for a long time. Like, when I watched different movies and didn't really realize that they were depicting someone else, I was like, oh, I don't like that man. I don't like how he did Angela on that screen. I guess
So that means I don't want you to watch the movie I'm about to be in then because you definitely gonna hate me. So
no,
do
I'm
not
grown
watch
now.
it.
I'm grown now.
You
I won't.
definitely not gonna like me. Nobody gonna like me in the movie, but
Speaking of, you
oh
guys,
well.
when we tell you guys about the movie, y'all make sure y'all go support it because CJ is moving and shaking, okay?
I'm
We
just
need to
I'm
support.
I'm just happy. I'm just trying to build these sub shelterlets, man. It's all part of the plan, man. It's a lot
Yeah.
of homeless people outside, man, and I gotta make the money so I can just go ahead and do what need to be done. Cause for me, homelessness is not a money maker.
Speaking of, I think that's a great segue because meanwhile, while everybody's so worried about what the next person is doing, did when they were a child, when they were in elementary school, meanwhile, while we're setting up fake fights and fake beefs on social media and TV shows, reality shows, it's real issues going on. We just spoke about 3 different catastrophes: homelessness, people being abused every day. Like, it's real issues going on in the world. And society has been so dumbed down and distracted that they don't care about none of the real issues that's going on in life, but yet they sit around and complain about them and continue scrolling on their phone. Like, where do that make sense at?
I blame it. I personally blame it on um, the internet. I blame it on. See, the wonderful thing about getting older is I'm learning that you can be part of different generations and different changes in life. And so there was really no internet when I was growing up. It was a big old machine, and you had to have a disk, a floppy disk, to even get on the internet. And it took forever. But now it's so nobody respect. It's just so cold now. And I really watched the world, really change. And even though
It's
I'm
like it's
happy
celebrated.
about being
It's like it's celebrated to be that way.
yeah, like instead of like, okay, for example, you could be going to the store and you're seeing a man getting choked out by a cop. First thing they do is turn their cameras on. Or you could see a little girl maybe getting jumped by several other girls. And instead of them saying, because see, back in the 80s and the 90s, we would have jumped in. Like, I mean, the adults, I'm saying we because I'm an adult now. But back then, those parents, those adults would jump in it. Like, wait a minute. Y'all do the one-on-one, but y'all not about to jump this girl. And then they beat up the girl and then they put it all on social media for her to get repeatedly traumatized. It's just just in a bad time, man.
Social media made it easy for people to support their artists without actually financially investing in them. So now people like your
Yes,
pictures and call it supporting you without actually buying.
that
Facts.
is correct. That is
Facts.
correct. That is correct.
And I
Yes,
feel
it is.
like that's what also perpetuates the BS that happens on social media, because then it changes from record sales contest to how many likes and views and taps you got on social media.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
now people are famous just for being on social
yeah,
media. Like, they don't have a talent. So it's
yeah.
crazy. It's crazy.
There was a show I was trying to get on, and I'm not gonna go into the details in case it still comes out, and then they'll try to. But I auditioned for a show, and you know why I didn't make it? Because my social media sucked. And I said, well, ain't this some peanut butter and jelly?
So if you would have been wilding out on social media, you would have been a shoe in.
I would have been a shoe in, but having a lot of likes does not mean you're talented. And I
Correct.
don't understand. That's why I'm just an independent artist, period. I'm an independent artist when it comes to comedy, all that. Uh, you
Same.
know,
I want to stay that way.
because, yeah, I am going to stay that way. You know, I'm cool. You
Keep
know what I
your
mean? Suge
integrity.
Knight.
Keep your
Huh?
creative. You keep your creative. And this is
Mhm.
no dig to nobody who want to get signed. If you want to get signed, more power to you. I hope that you reach all
Yeah.
your goals. But I just want to always have creative control over my destiny.
Well, you know why people sign. And there's
Yeah.
nothing wrong with that because back in well, we watched those movies and learned a little bit from Lisa Lopez and them, but people signed those contracts because they needed that advance because they were poor,
Correct.
you know?
But then you're
So
gonna be a slave forever because they're gonna recoup every penny that they let you borrow and
yes,
and go out here and front like it was yours.
absolutely.
Everything you borrowed, they're gonna get it back.
Absolutely. And that is why um you collect your own group of people that are already doing that. So when the opportunity comes, you can say, I have my own group of people. You just cut me a huge check and I'll give them the dividends. Because
Yeah,
if you think about it, everybody's going to make more money that way than sitting around waiting for somebody like Warner Brothers to pay them.
right.
That's just my opinion.
I agree.
We're going to see if it works.
You gotta take matters into your own hands. Just like
You
we
have to.
are, and just like you
Yeah.
are tonight, because again, I want to send positive vibes over. I hope that the show is phenomenal tonight. Um,
Thank you.
Again, everybody send positive vibes to CJ so that her show is amazing. Make sure
Thank
that you
you.
guys tune in tomorrow to Gossiping with the Grandmas, where CJ and her co-host Mimi Manning will have you cracking up uh, right here tomorrow at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. They
Yes.
have a special guest. If you want to know who it
Mm,
is, you better be here.
yeah.
Also, we're gonna head over to Uncut because CJ she has to go be great. Um, Make sure that you hit like and subscribe, of course. But the description for Uncut, the link is in the description. We're actually going to be talking about an interesting topic because my somebody that I really like, Armand Wiggins. I really, really like him. He's a dope blogger, YouTuber, and artist. And he asked the question, is the transgender aesthetic taking over and are people ready for that conversation? So we're going to kind of break down the video because he did allow a lot of people to come up on the stage and voice their opinions about the topic. So me and Mark, we going to kind of break it down because the conversation got a little heated. And I don't feel that people are ready for the shifting of things. Like things have been shifting, but they're really like still shifting, and people are not ready for it. So we're going to be breaking down that topic: is the transgender aesthetic taking over? Are these women looking like transgenders? Are like what's the conversation behind that? What do you think before we get out of here?
Um, that is something that I still have to process because no, seriously, only because I'm in that lifestyle. So that's something for me to process. When you had mentioned it yesterday, I'm still processing from that, like, because it's true.
Yeah.
But I didn't know that the first person that was shaped like that to me was the Barbie doll. So why does it have to be related to the trans woman? Why can't it just simply be related to the doll since they're putting plastic in their bodies to look like a Barbie anyway?
Well, they kind of brought that up. They brought that up, and it's not. I'm gonna leave it over there. I'm gonna wait till we get over there. Now, Brian, you can actually go over there because it is on Patreon. The Patreon link is in the description. ColorFullConvo Patreon, and we're actually about to start in 15 minutes. We're going to get Mark a little time to get in there for me to load the video up because we're going to actually watch the video and dissect the video a little bit so that you guys can see the people because he puts pictures up. He also lets people speak and share their opinion. And we want to hear from you guys too because, you know, it's a lot of categories put out here. You know, we just grew up with male and female. Um, but there are many categories here now that are represented and a lot of born women have a problem with it. A lot of born men have a problem with it. So it's just a huge conversation. So we're going to break it on down over there. It's not expensive, you know, but we have great content over there, content that you can't see anywhere else. So, CJ, again, have a great show. Polo, we'll see you
Thank
here
you.
next week. And make sure
No
that you
doubt, no doubt.
hit like and subscribe. And we'll see you guys. Well, CJ will see you tomorrow right here, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So, see y'all.
Yes. See y'all.